What's up, guys? It's your girl Alexia, and welcome back to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. Yes, today I'm going to be doing another episode of Ask Alexia. This is actually episode 6. Yes, so we've done quite a few of these already. All right, and as usual, I ask you guys for questions on my Instagram and on my WhatsApp. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So before we do that, you know what to do. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. So for today's episode, I went ahead and categorized the questions that I received in 5 different headings. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first one, which is under marriage, or the first of the questions, which are under the category marriage and relationship. So the first one says, how did you know that marriage was for you? So I feel like I knew because of the kind of family dynamic that I grew up in, which is not necessarily marriage, but more so the kind of stability that you want, a committed relationship, to give you. Um, Raising your family in, a kind of relationship that is respectful, that is loving, you guys are like-minded, that kind of thing. You want what you want, what's best for your kids, and you're growing together, you're building together, that sort of thing. So did I know that that was gonna happen? No. I mean, you don't actually. Nobody does. But this was definitely something that I hoped for myself. And yeah, as I said, just wanting somebody to, you learn about that person, you grow with them, you build, you create a legacy, that kind of thing. And that was something that, you know from as I was younger, it was something that I definitely wanted to have. So I'm happy that I've started, you know that process in getting there. Yes. um the other one says, how do you keep the spice alive in your marriage and keep your husband guessing? We can't tell you the things them on YouTube as they go throw me off. You understand? We can't tell you exactly what me do. However, I will say that I'll say it in the best way. Um, I love my husband in the way that he wants to be loved. You understand? So I know his love language is whatever that looks like for him. I take care of him. I support him in his dreams. In everything that I need to, and then some. Understand? That's why we're a wife. Cause I do the things then. Duh. Um, but yeah, I feel like that kind of sums it up. I love my husband the way he wants to be loved, because I feel like a lot of the times, people are loving their partner how they feel like, you know, they think the partner wants to be loved, if that makes sense. Versus, getting to know and understand and communicate well with your partner to understand, really what they want. And, yeah. So that's pretty much what I do. I listen to him, I take care of him. Yeah. And in turn, he does the same for me. Okay? Period. And I feel like that also answers, well, keep him guessing. The keep him guessing part now, I feel like it's more so that's where the creativity comes in. So, you're planning little date nights, the surprise them with few gifts here and there, things that, you try to switch things up. You try to change it up, not make everything kind of monotone and normal all the time. I mean, normalcy is good. But sometimes they have to kind of get them a little pep in their step sometimes. Yes. So you do things that are not, expected sometimes. And yeah. You reminded them why they married you, or in this case, why he married me. So yes, that's pretty much what I do, what we do. Yeah. This one says, "What are your Valentine's Day plans?" I don't know. We will see. Stay tuned for that. I'm not sure as yet. Yeah. Next one says, "Do you believe people should have sex on the first date?" No, one thing more to know. Um, In all honesty, I'll say if you like it, I love it. Whatever works for you, honestly, I can't sit up here and give my opinion on something which is really what it is, my opinion. For me, that's a no, because I mean, It's a first date, you don't really know nobody. But then some people would argue that you don't really know, you can be with someone 10 years and you don't know them. So understand, to each his own. Um, but yeah, whatever sits right with you, that's exactly what you should do. Yeah, I'm not here to judge anybody, understand, but if you like it, me love it and do you. Yes. And this one says, what is your dream destination? So when I was younger, I actually like the dream was Bora Bora, and I believe it stemmed from um those very old episodes of Kim Kardashian of what are their name? The Kardashians. When they went to Bora Bora on vacation at one point, and I thought it was the most beautiful places, or one of the most beautiful places in the world. However, as you grow, you realize that yeah, there are a lot of different places in the world that definitely is better than that. Even places in Jamaica are actually, as nice or even nicer. So, um, I'm not sure if I have a dream destination. I'm going to be very honest with you. And out of maturity, that's the answer I'll say. Because again, I feel like there are a lot of places that I'd like to, experience different cultures, food, stuff like that. Stick a point on the food though, because I'm not a person that likes to try a lot of new things. So I'm definitely working on that. But I feel like that's where the traveling would come in, because I'd get exposed, to different kinds of food and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what the dream is right now. All I know is I just want to be on a plane. Just put me on a plane, please. Yeah, just put me on a plane. Thank you. All right. So this one says, a trip with your friends or your man. Both. I feel like both serve, a different purpose. A trip with my friends, a trip with my friends, and a trip with my man is a trip with my man. Duh. Um, I feel like a trip with your friends is where you get to regroup. That's where you get to, enjoy yourself. That's where you get to, learn a lot about yourself as well within the confines of a group setting. You know, you learn a lot about your friends as well, and that kind of thing. And I feel like it's very important to have to be an individual. Let me say that, because a lot of the times people will say, "Oh, where's your husband?" Like they'll see you out and they'll be like, "Oh, where's your husband?" I'm like, my husband not fit everywhere but me the miss. Like hello. Like, and I mean, it's the truth. Your husband or your partner is not necessarily going to be everywhere where you are, and that's okay. I feel like a lot of the times people lose themselves in relationships, and they don't remember that before the relationship you were an individual. You were a person, you were you. Which means that you have different goals, you have different visions, you have different, passions and all of that. And you explore a lot of those things outside of the relationship, whether it's by yourself or within, a group setting, stuff like that. So yeah, be an individual, guys. It doesn't, have to always itch up on your partner. So PP cluck cluck. I mean, granted, I love my husband, and people who are married can say the same thing. You love your partners down. But it's important to have fun and do things outside of a relationship. So yes, my answer is both. Please, thank you. Put me on the girls' trip to Tulum and put me over the next place with my husband, please. Thank you. Yes. Remember, so we have visa, so we can travel per time. All right. Yes. Next, the next category is makeup. All right. So this one says top 5 products you need as a person just getting into makeup. This is a good one, because I've actually had people, both family, you know who I'm talking, and friends who have asked me about this. So, top 5 products. I'll say a foundation, a pressed powder, um, let's see, a setting spray, a foundation brush or beauty blender, so something to apply the makeup with, and a primer. That's my 5. So foundation, pressed powder, setting spray, the brush or the blender that you'll use to apply the foundation and your primer. Got to keep those oils at bay. All right, so those are my 5 products. Let me know in the comments if you have any other 5 products that you would recommend, or if you have any other answers to the questions that I just spoke on. All right. This other one on the makeup says drugstore or high-end brands. Both. Um, I feel like both serve their purpose. And actually, I believe I've spoken on this in other videos before, is that you can use drugstore products to achieve the same or similar looks, or even sometimes better than high-end brands. So I'll say, especially if you're just getting into makeup, start with the drugstore because it's going to be more affordable. And for example, if you buy a wrong shade, which is highly likely that's going to happen, if especially if it's like your first time, if you buy the wrong shade, or it's just like to to play in, to get used to that kind of thing, then you're going to want to buy something that is not going to burn your pockets pretty much. And then as you gradually get better, high-end brands are definitely something to invest in. For me, I love NARS. I like Fenty Beauty, that kind of thing. I've used Born This Way before as well, which you guys know. I've tried that with you guys before. But yes, so that's it for me, both. Heavy on drugstore, I love Elf, I love Maybelline, L'Oreal, all of that. NYX, yes, big up them. Big up the drugstore brands. And then we like the high-end brands as well, because they do keep us looking flawless. I mean, both as well. So yeah, it's really all about the technique, guys. Do you really enjoy working out? I mean, really. Some people are faking it. Um, I'm going to be honest. Working out is hard, physically and mentally. So it is hard. So I'm not sure if when you say enjoying it, so it's not fun when you think about the soreness and and that kind of stuff that you have to endure. But on the flip side, you have the advantages, which I feel like outweighs you know the soreness and all of that you go through, which we're talking about, strength, um health, all of that, gains, of course, duh. Yeah. So I feel like that's how I kind of look at it. I don't look at it as like a, you know, one side, okay, I hate it and that's it. I have to look at it because there are two sides to, to fitness in terms of what it does offer you in, short term as well as the long run. So I may not enjoy knowing, or I may not enjoy it in the moment because of, oh God, the quads have burned me. Jesus, me tired. Huh. But say it's really to benefit you, so you're gonna do it. It's one of those things. Can't really explain it. Only when you go to the gym, or if you work out, you really understand. So okay, yeah, it's one of those things that when you get actively, into it, then it makes sense. Your favorite exercise to do in the gym? Yes, my favorite exercise. I don't think I have a favorite exercise. I have a set of exercises that target a specific area, and that those are my favorite exercises. So we're talking about anything we have to do with building your glutes, and me that. Because if you don't know me from back in the days, you know where I'm coming from to where I am now. Pick up train with Tash, you understand? Get into it. Yes. So I'll say that I love working my legs. I think my legs are beautiful. I love working my lower body. Let me say that. And exercises that target that area. We're talking about hip thrusts. We're talking about deadlifts. We're talking about squats, lunges, stuff like that. I'm not going to say that they're my favorite exercises because I love them. I'm going to say that they're my favorite exercises because I've seen what they do for me in terms of gains. So that's why I like them. They're very painful and they're hard, especially when you increase weight and stuff like that. Painful in the sense that, if you're targeting muscle growth, then say it's hard. A lot of soreness, all of that we have to get through every week. But it's one of those things, you know? They say beauty is pain, and we want to get this body snatched. Yes, remember that when, as I said, when we are 50, we want to look like we're 30. That's the goal. All right. So, yes, the final category is life. In a perfect world, what would you be doing for work? It's a nice one. I think I'd be doing two things. So, content creation, of course, because I feel like that's where I actually get to express a lot of my creativity. Um, and it doesn't really feel like a lot of work for me because I like, filming, I like editing, I like doing all of that. I'm passionate about what I actually like, which you guys know is makeup, fashion, all of that. And then I'd also be doing, and I feel like I'd be doing content creation like on the side. But for like a full-time career, I'd be doing midwifery or being a midwife. So when I was in high school, the topic of, that broad or that general topic of pregnancy was like one of my favorites. Um, yeah, really, really loved it. Loved the sexy exam, all of that. And I found it so fascinating what, women go through childbirth, postpartum, all of that. And so when I was when I was in high school, I could have sworn that was the career path that I was gonna take. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Let's see what God has in store for us. Life has not ended as yet. And they say, man not dead, not call him duppy. All right? Yes. So let's see. But I feel like if I was to you know, like do a switch in careers, that's probably where I would go. Because yeah, I feel like I do well because it's something that I've liked. I've liked the idea and the process of it. And I feel like I'd be a good midwife. You understand me? That talk to me, patients them nicely, and yeah, calm down the mothers and understand. Yeah, I feel like a lot of healthcare providers and persons in that field, they're not very like nurturing and very comforting. So I feel like I'd definitely help where that's concerned. But yeah, yeah. Let me know if you think I'd be a good midwife. All right, and then the final question is, what's one of the best things you can do for your mental health? I feel like I've gotten like each time I do these, Ask Alexia episodes, I get like mental health questions, and I'll probably always say this answer. But one of the best things I think you can do for your mental health is self-care. Yes. Um, Again, whatever that looks like for you, do it. Self-care, but again, if that is traveling, if that is reading a book, if that's going outside, going to the beach, if that is, whatever that looks like, do it. Remember that whatever you like is gonna make you happy when you do it. I mean, I believe so. And if it makes you happy, it's gonna release, serotonin, which is the happy hormone, and ultimately that is going to make you feel better, which is why we want to do self-care, to make ourselves feel better, which in turn is going to improve your mental health. So yeah, I think that's one of the best things you can do. Obviously there's a lot of other things which, I won't get into, that kind of rabbit hole, but I think that's one of the easiest ones, taking care of yourself, being a bit selfish where that's concerned, but take care of yourself, take care of you, do whatever you can, try to get your family, your friends, all of that to support. Again, whatever that looks like. And yeah, because I feel like, yeah, we all need to be paying a bit of extra care into our mental health these days. So yes, and that's my 2 cents. All right. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which question, if you have any other insight to add to the answers that I provided. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them below. We probably can do an episode 7 very soon. Yes, remember, we're still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please click that subscribe button. And thank you again for your support. Be sure to also follow me on Instagram at Alexia and on TikTok. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Dime, pero